Good evening, Arsenal. What are you doing? Good evening, Arsenal fans. Good evening, football fans. This is In the North Bank. I'm Des the Enforcer. We're just doing a big Sunday show. It will be shorter tonight. We're just going to cover some topics, but join us in the chat. Let us know what you think and how you feel the transfer window's going at the moment, how you feel about the transfer window and all that kind of stuff. I've got two guests with me tonight because they could be bothered to turn up, which is really, really nice. I've got Richard. How you doing, Richard?
I'm very good, and what that was as I came on was Mark said I couldn't play with my nipples as we opened up, so I just rubbed my eyebrows instead.
Well, I'm bringing him on because he's just turned up, so I'm bringing him on. And I've also got Mark. How you doing, Mark?
I was good until I had to spend like half an hour, however long a show is with Richard. But I'm getting there. Apart from that, it's been a good day. About to be destroyed with Richard, but life is what it is. Good to do my bit for the volunteering.
Yeah, you have to, especially for these special needs people, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I'm one of. Thanks very much. And Max, who looks like he's on drugs, but we'll get past it. You're right, Max.
Yeah, I'm just fine. I had to use my phone, and because my computer decided to not work on me, and I had to use my phone charger into my phone. So it's a bit all over the place.
If you'd have been another 5 minutes, mate, you wouldn't have got in, to be honest, because I don't know how long we were going to be on here, to be honest with you. Okay, so we've got a couple of things tonight, guys. Let's have a think. At the end of the show, we are going to have Richard's draw for the Ruth Beck art that he's willing to send to anybody, anywhere in the world. But that will happen at the end of the show. You've got me as host, as normal. I've got a cold, so I'm not 100%. Right, so first topic. I think we need to talk about the things that have actually happened this week, guys. We're going to talk about Gabriel's contract first, I think. Mark, because you're related to him, basically, I'm going to let you go first, mate. What's your feelings about it, and how good is this for Arsenal?
First of all, I put a tweet out this week, Des, and I want to make it very clear. And I put the tweet out to Arsenal, and I said, if you fucking break him again, me and him are off to Madrid. And I mean it. Do not break him next season. All seriousness, brilliant re-signing. He loves his football club. He was one of the first players there. Really elevated Arsenal. He grew with Arsenal from the dark ages, and for me, I think he's a world-class defender, Des. And this is a statement by Arsenal, and it is massive. And I don't care what anyone says. If I had to choose between him and Saliba, goodbye Saliba, I'm keeping Gabriel. That's how important a signing this guy is for me. So, absolutely over the moon. Best news that we could have got, and just bring some of your brothers from Brazil over with you, Gabriel, and that'll do me, mate.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I agree with you it's a 4-year contract, as I believe, so that will take him to 2029. I feel the same as you about Saliba, to be honest. If someone came in for Saliba this season and said, we'll give you 80 million, 100 million for Saliba, I'd let him go, because we only paid 20 for him. Don't get me wrong, he's a great defender, but I believe Gabriel from last season, all right, he got injured, but from last season is better. And that's just my opinion. Max, your opinions on Gabriel and signing the new contract, mate?
Yeah, I'm really happy for it, to be honest. I'm really happy for him. He deserves the contract, and he deserves to be up there with the best players. I wouldn't be if honestly, if Gabriel isn't on the same amount of wages as Saka and Saliba, when Saliba eventually signs and Saka obviously re-signs, and obviously I'll be disappointed, because quite frankly he deserves to be on those kind of wages, considering how important he is to the team. What I will say though is we need to make sure that we give him proper rotation. We can't be running him into the ground next season. It's not okay. And unfortunately, Saka's and Timber is very much in that same boat, because Timber obviously came back from an ACL and Saka was out for 4 months. and we can't be in the same situation this next season where we're in that same boat. So, yeah, definitely need to make sure that Gabriel's rested and properly rotated, and not playing every single game. But yeah, from the contract perspective, I'm happy for him. And yeah, also just quickly on the contract thing, right? Obviously, you mentioned that he's signed on to 2029, right? He had a 2-year contract that was lasting. It's going to last him until 2027. So technically speaking, we've added 2 years. So technically, it's a 2-year contract. So this whole nonsense about 4-year contract is kind of rubbish, considering it's not a 4-year contract; it's a 2-year contract because he already had 2 years left. So just the basic math.
But basic math says he signed a new contract, Max. So it's a 4-year contract.
I didn't say he didn't sign a contract, but I'm just saying he had 2 years left.
Extension. It's not a 2-year extension. He signed a brand new contract for 4 years. So the whole point is the contract runs now. It's a fresh contract, so it wasn't superseded. It runs now until 2029. I get your point. It's 2 years. He had 2 years. 2 years added on. His conditions have changed from today or from last week. They've changed. Everything changed. So it's a brand new contract. So just for the people out there, I'm not coming for you, Max. It's like it is a new contract, and it is a 4-year deal.
That's how they do look upon it, Max. It is a new contract. I know what you're saying. I get you do make a fair point.
Yeah.
It is classed as a new contract. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't a new contract. I'm just saying there was just added 2 years. That was my point. But yeah,
I also agree with you that too many players this season played too many minutes. So I agree with you on that point as well. But I'm going to move over to Richard now. Richard, go on. What's your thoughts on the Gabriel thing?
It's a great deal. It shows we mean business, and we're tying these players down nice and early to new contracts. Well, we've still got several that we're still doing, which are Martinelli, Trossard, Saka, Nwaneri, and Miles Lewis-Skelly, along with Saliba. So get them all done, and we're looking all good.
That's better, Max. You've got your camera position better now. That's better.
Yeah.
So guys in the chat, join us. Tell us what you think about the Gabriel contract and how happy it's making you. Yeah. So then we have to move on to the next bit of transfer news this week. I think is regarding Kepa. Now I'll just give my 10 pence worth on it. We've spent £5 million on Kepa. I know people are annoyed because he's come from Chelsea and we are Chelsea's rejects. You know, we pick out their supposed reject bin. But the way I look at it, right, is 5 million on Kepa gives you 25 million that you were going to spend on Juan Garcia, who is now going to, is it Barcelona, I believe?
Barcelona, yeah.
He'll be their number one keeper for ages, yeah? At the end of the day, he wouldn't have got first team football at our place straight away, I don't think anyway. And also, the 25 million that you've saved from not buying Garcia, you can then chuck at hopefully getting Rodrigo as an example, or whoever we want to bring in. Do you know what I mean? It's freed up some cash to give us a bit more flexibility and maybe come up with a better deal. Richard, I'm going to start with you first. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, 5 million for a keeper that's played at the highest level. Cost Chelsea 72 million. He to get that £5 million pound release clause, he took a pay cut at Chelsea. It was 150,000. It's down to about 75, 80,000. So I think it's a no-brainer. Experienced, decent keeper, and will provide valuable backup for Raya in cup competitions and or if he gets injured.
Okay, Max, I'm going to let you go next. Thoughts on the Kepa deal?
Yeah, no, it's something that we needed to get done, and it's something that we definitely needed to do. And 100%, I agree with the old bastard down next to me. So 100%, like it will give competition to Real. And yeah, and it's something we need to do. And I don't mind, honestly. He's from the Basque country. He's joining a team full of other Spanish players. So it's a great signing. And to be honest, I'm going to say this, it might sound controversial. I generally think, right, out of all the Chelsea players we signed recently, I think Sterling and Willian were the worst two. I think all the other ones were fine. Havertz were fine. Jorginho was fine. David Luiz was fine. Petr Cech was fine. Kepa was fine. Now Kepa's probably going to sign, so he's going to probably be fine. I think out of like all the people that say that he's going to be another one of these flops, I think it's disingenuous considering that he came into Chelsea for £71 million, and he was coming into a Chelsea side that was probably in its worst period, and he actually did okay for large parts, and then obviously Sarri came in and obviously it then hit the fan. So 100%. I love the deal, and it needs to get done.
Mark, mate, I want you to put the icing on the cake, bro. And end of the day, I want you to answer Brian on this one. By the way, Brian, your brisket, it looks amazing. So can we put this Ramsdale thing to bed, Mark? Is there any way you can?
Yeah, the Ramsdale shit, he's relegated and he's not worth like a slice of bread. Obviously, we've got the best keeper in David Raya. And with that, Brian just speaks shit, but he does make a very good brisket, by the way. I saw the video. Brian, bang on, my brother. Absolutely bang on. However, your Ramsdale nonsense agenda has to stop. Brian gets attached to players, and then when he gets attached to them, he almost wants to be their child. It's like, just take me with you for the rest of your life. So, it's that's Brian. But to go back to Kepa, I think that this is not a Chelsea reject, right? Richard pointed out they pay 72 million. And I did put this in the perspective of Pepe for us. I would have took 5 million for Pepe then, but that never worked out. But the thing was with Kepa, he's went on loan to Bournemouth, and we took Neto on loan from Bournemouth, surprisingly, and we paid more than £5 million for that loan fee, or I think it's 34 million, whatever. Now we're bringing in a goalkeeper that I think is a good quality goalkeeper, but I think the price tag went to his head. And if you look at the likes of Ramsdale's price tag, I think Ramsdale came in for 27 million off the top of my head. Somebody could correct me if they want. Reyes came in as well, can't remember his fee, but it's not even like half of what Kepa got sold. And sometimes when you put the pressure of a massive price tag on a player, especially so young, what you get is what happened to Kepa. But I watched Kepa last season, I thought he was really, really good. And I'll go back to the 5 million. He's a backup goalkeeper. He's better than the piece of shit that we had in our fucking club last season as a backup goalkeeper who played one game and looked like horrendous, by the way. Absolutely horrendous. And so for me, it's a no-brainer. But it's £5 million. We need a backup goalkeeper. Arsenal fans complain that Arteta signs defenders and goalkeepers. Well, guess what? We need a goalkeeper, and he's only spent £5 million. Get behind the deal. It's not a Chelsea reject. I don't care what everybody says. Like, Kepa's that bad a goalkeeper. He had a really good season last season. A very, very good season last season. Look at the Chelsea goalkeeper last season, Sanchez. He was absolute dog shit. If I got offered Arsenal were to sign him for £5 million, I'd be pulling my fucking hair out right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Just, guys, just relax on it. £5 million is peanuts to Arsenal Football Club. It fills a position, 30-year-old, experienced, decent keeper. He'll do a job for us. He'll get plenty of games. Raya should not be playing 60 games a season, so we could get him in the cup games, etc., and we'll see where that comes. But And Brian, you can fuck off with that Sterling comment. You're just trying to wind me up. Your brisket looked shit, by the way. It looked raw.
I heard we're going to permanently sign Sterling. I hope not.
Aye. He's not. He's just permanently trying
He's
to
trying to get you rattled, isn't he? He's trying.
He's trying to get me rattled. But no, it's a brilliant deal. It's an absolutely brilliant deal for Arsenal. And people shouldn't... and by the way, that's not dollars, Brian. In this country, we use pounds. Dollars are nonsense, bro.
Dollars is monopoly money. Dollars is monopoly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Mark.
Dollars is a strange currency.
Yeah. What I was going to say, Mark, was you also got to think that he had a really good season with Real Madrid the season before, didn't he?
But he's also had a great season at Bournemouth.
He won the Champions League. He won the Champions League with Real Madrid, and he's also won it with Chelsea. And we're knocking back a 30-year-old goalkeeper for £5 million.
He's still got 5 years in him easy, isn't he?
Oh, 100% he has. And it's not going to cost a bomb on wages.
I've got to say, Brian, right? He's a better. I hate to say it. He's a better goalkeeper than Ramsdale.
It will allow us to bring on Tommy Setford and Jack Porter.
Yeah, and you've also got to remember, guys, right? It's a case of he's okay being a number two. Because if he wasn't okay being a number two, he wouldn't have signed.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's so it's like So the other bit of news I want to talk about this week as well. There's a couple more bits, but regarding transfers and contract talks, Chloe Kelly. We're in talks with Chloe Kelly to hopefully keep her at Arsenal. Mark, I'm going to let you go first. Thoughts, mate?
We've done this on the watch-alongs days. Chloe Kelly is a different level. If you're going to put Beth Mead on the substitute bench for me, bro, you've got to have something about you. We know Chloe has. She started her career at Arsenal. It's not worked out for her at City for various reasons. We'll not touch on that, obviously. But this for the women, we need to get stronger. We've got the manager. We've got a great squad. We need the best players out there. And Chloe, just sign on that fucking dotted line and please do that. That's what I've got, bro.
Go on, Max. You can go next.
Yeah, I've got not much to add on to what Mark's point was, and I think we saw in that final against Barcelona how important she is to the team, and it's important that she signs this contract and comes to Arsenal.
Cool. Richard?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? I mean, we got her on loan. She did a good job on loan. She was part of a team that won the Champions League, and she improves the squad. So for me, it's a no-brainer. You do everything possible to get her back in the door.
Exactly. I mean, I want her to sign. I really do. I think she's a great player. And like Mark said, if you're keeping Beth Mead on the bench, you're doing something right, aren't you? And Richard, you're going to be doing for the channel next season. You're going to be doing the ladies' game shows, aren't you?
Yeah, it's going to be more likely to be a preview and a reaction show. There may be with me and Jazz, my daughter, some live shows where we can't get to games, but we are going to try and be going to games. More women's games this season. I didn't get to go to many last season.
If it's possible and it doesn't clash with the men's game and we can do a watch along, mate, we'll try and do a watch along for the viewers as well. Yeah. So everybody in the chat, whether you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, whichever one you're on, if you're on Twitter, come and join us in the chat. Tell us what you think about what's going on with the players, bringing in, going out, which I'm going to cover in a minute, the going outs. Just let us know what you think. Is Arsenal doing good business? I want to chuck in something, though, before I go into the going outs, that Arsenal probably won't do any business or finalise any business till the beginning of July, because it's something to do with, what's the word I'm looking for?
It's a financial reasons, Des. The books reset because of the
that's what I was looking for, Max. Cheers, fella. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Everything resets in July, right? So it's good for business if you do your business then. It's not that Arsenal are trying to be slow. I think Berta is starting to cook personally. Actually, before we go to the outs, Mark, what's your thoughts on Berta and what he's doing so far?
For the nicest coming out the club and the players that he's trying to bring in, it's not a, for me, it's not quantity, he's going for quality.
Yeah.
So and I want that quality, I want that gold dust.
Yeah.
Big up, Ange.
Evening, Ange. I get you with the gold dust. I mean, he doesn't. I know it seems a bit contradictory because every season it's Arsenal waits till the last week of the window usually, don't they? But he seems to want to be doing business quickly, doesn't he?
Well, I can tell you instantly right now, there will be a here we go for at least one player by Friday next week, and I know that for a fact. And it's
That's
a big one.
That's from a reliable source, yeah?
It's from a reliable source, and it is a big one.
Cool. All right.
Mark, I would even go one step further and say that the goalkeeper and the Zubimendi will be done before July 5th.
Yeah, the Zubimendi will be the 1st of July, I would imagine. I think that the like a long break at that point. So that one, like that one's not included. But the goalkeeper, I think you'll get here you go in the next couple of days. But I guarantee you there is a massive here we go before on Friday. On Friday it'll start breaking.
Well, Max, your thoughts on Berta, mate, so far?
Yeah, he's doing good business at the moment. Well, from obviously Zubimendi to Kepa, obviously. Obviously, we've been linked with very interesting players. I'm sure we'll touch upon that. But yeah, no, he's doing a good job so far. He just needs to make sure that we sign down the contracts and get a striker in, get a winger in, and get a few other positions in, and then see where we are at the end, and obviously get players out, obviously. But yeah,
Richard, your thoughts on Berta so far, mate?
Yeah, I mean, we know he's what his CV is, so I've got no issue with what's going on. He's come in, he's settled in, he's looked at what he's got to do. He couldn't do much before the season ended to sit down with Arteta and really explore what was needed and bits. And now that's all sorted. You can see he's getting a move on. He's got fingers in various pots, and we will judge at the end of the window for me. Fair enough.
But are you impressed with what he's done so far, mate?
Yeah, he's doing what is necessary, and it's not sort of take 6 weeks to get Gabriel signed to a contract, and then get seems to be able to multitask.
He's trying to renew Saka's contract as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
Ranieri's and Skelly's.
Yes.
And the thing what I've noticed is this. I think he's also trying to get multiple deals done at the same time. So like obviously about the Sesko and the Victor Gyokeres thing, and I think he's also trying and do all the deals here, but also do the contracts over here. And then he's also trying to work on the player outings over here. So he's got, as Richard just said, he's got multiple fingers in multiple pies. So it's good because I think it's been a very long time since, because there's a lot of times when I've watched the Arsenal transfer window and we do a deal for a single player, then that falls through, and then we have to go and take even longer to go to deal on another player. But because Berta's doing deals on multiple players, if something falls through and he has a backup that's already got a green light to go and push through in another move. So
yeah, okay,
yeah,
I get you. Guys, just put in the comments what you think about Berta and what he's doing so far. I'll be really interested in what you've all got to say. And just want to say good evening to everybody in the chat and thank you for joining us. Don't forget that Richard's doing his giveaway tonight, which is the Ruth Beck art that he's purchased himself, which is very kind of him. And a name will be chosen at the end of the show, and he will send it to anywhere in the world. Okay, so get in this chat as well, because you may, if you get in this chat as well as the show that they previously done, you're in the draw tonight as well if you put a comment in this show. So it doesn't matter where you're watching from, get on the YouTube, get a comment in this show, and you've got a chance of winning the prize. Okay. Where did I get to? Oh yeah, I was going to talk about players going out. Mark.
Yep.
I saw a piece the other day that 20 players are leaving Arsenal, and they're from the academy, the women's game, players like Hurtig, obviously the men's first team, Okonkwo are just some of the names I can mention. You know what I mean? There's a lot of kids leaving this season. There's a few women, and there's 4 or 5 main players leaving. And some of them, sorry, mate, one more second. Some of them might be maybes, but it's a very good chance that they're going to leave. How do you see this? And is it basically just having a major clear out, or is it a case of these players need to go to make their careers better?
There's a bit of both. It doesn't, like, for some of the kids, you do have to take knockbacks, and like sometimes Declan Rice done it. He took a knockback from Chelsea, and then he moved on and then progressed his career. And like Chelsea and other clubs would love to sign him. Mo Salah was another one out with Chelsea. Kevin De Bruyne was another one out with Chelsea. So it doesn't mean to say your career's over. So for some of the young kids, it's like just sometimes in clubs like Arsenal, you get privilege. You're privileged, and what I mean in that is almost like spoon fed. And so through the academy players going, if they go down to like smaller clubs, etc. For me personally, I honestly think that it's a good thing for them, and they could bounce back and they could still be the player that they know they could be. So for me personally, for the kids side of things, that's there. For the club side of things, the academy needs shook up, and there was going to be major. Sorry, I do apologise. That's my mobile phone ringing.
That's all right, mate. Carry on.
It was a good tune, by the way. But for the kids side of through the club side of things, we do need to change it up. For the women need to do it as well. If there's players there that they don't quite feel are there, then go and start sprinkling gold dust on the women's team as well. And that is going to reach out to players in Europe, Lyon, for instance, Real Madrid, Barcelona. If you could get any of these players in, you've just got to keep going. And that's all Arsenal are trying to do at this moment in time. And then you get to the players on the men's side. And there is breaking news tonight that Lazio, I'm going to mess this up, it is Tavares that's Lazio, isn't it? Or is it Wakanga?
It's Tavares.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Tavares, yeah.
Tavares.
No, right, so it's a Saudi club have came to Lazio. Arsenal have got a thing in his contract with Lazio that Lazio have to buy him or they pay a penalty. And so that's there. But the Saudi teams came in for him and bidded €30 million for him, and it's been rejected. It was the same team that was after Victor Osimhen, believe it or not. But they've actually Lazio have rejected 30 million, but Arsenal seem to have a 40% selling clause as well on that contract. So that's one player that's going to go. I hope that the value goes up, Saudi get their way and get the money, and Arsenal get a good chunk change out of that deal on top of what Lazio will have to pay Arsenal. That's the thing, Lazio will make a couple of million off of this. They'll not make much off it because they've got this outlay to Arsenal. So I'm not surprised they're not back to €30 million because I believe it's about £20 million that Arsenal are due. If you do the equation on that, probably amounts to, I don't know off the top of my head, maybe 23, 24 million. And then Arsenal get 40% of that. So you're like, Lazio would make like 2 million, if that, not even 2 million off it. So it's so that deal needs to be done. We've still got Reece Nelson to go out as well. We've got Wokonga that we need to get rid of. There's a lot of players that are out on loan. Then we touch on the men, like the players that are in. Obviously, we've lost Tierney, Jorginho, Zinchenko is a player that needs to go. For me, we can't do nothing at this moment. We need to get rid of Jesus and Tomiyasu. But we need to get that side of things down as well. So I'm not surprised there's a big overhaul at the club. The club's just moving in a massive direction. And to keep pushing and moving forward, you need this. So no disrespect to any player that's leaving Arsenal this season. Fair play to every single one of you, and thank you so much. But this is what the club has to do to keep pushing.
Richard, before you talk about all 20, I just want to ask you a question. The 3 ladies that have left.
Yes.
I know Hertig's one. I don't know the other 2. If I'm totally, or there's possibly.
It's Amanda Ildstedt.
That's the one. That's the one I couldn't pronounce because I'm like for slaughtering names. Yeah. And who's the third?
The other one? The other one was a young midfielder, Taya Goldie. She'd made a couple appearances for ladies. Went out on loan last season, but she's moving on as well.
Thank you, Ange. Yeah, we'll carry on about the other 17 players if you want, mate, or just give us a summary of what you think. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, to add to what Mark's, we've also sold Marquinhos already for 2.5. I think it's 2.5 million. So that's 11.5 million we've already got through the door. So we're making the moves. So the names are Nathan Butler Adeji, Reece Claremont, Keon Edwards, Jakai Fisher, Romari Ford, Jimmy Gower, Jack Henry Francis, Jorginho we know of, Max Kuznetsky, Salah Eddin Ulan Mahan, Ismail Mullahan, Neto, Brian Okonogwo. I'm going to probably butcher this one as well. Elian Quesada Thorne, Zachariah Shahib, Raheem Sterling and Kieran Tierney is the whole list of players out the door.
There's 2 brothers gone, aren't they, from the academy?
Yeah, that's Ismail Mohand and Salah Ad-Din. They've gone. It's a shame, but
they had potential, didn't they?
They had potential, but you've got to remember we've raised what you need to get into that midfield sort of area now. So you've got to be of that level to even get a chance now, which is a shame. But if you want,
you basically got to be of Max Dalman's level, essentially. Try and get back in the team.
Yeah, you've got to be of Skelly's. You've got to be of Odegaard. You've got to be of Nwaneri's and Saka's level to break into this team now. But that's what we want. And there is a big overhaul. I believe there's quite a few million set aside for the academy as well. And we've just brought in a new, in talks with Juventus as head of scouting to join us. So that will improve our scouting and young talent. So
thanks for breaking down the list, Richard. I appreciate it, mate. And thanks for making us aware of the things we didn't know. Ange, thank you for hitting the like button. It's much appreciated. If all of you could do that would be amazing. Thank you very much. Max, your thoughts on the list of 20, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. So, Tierney's gone, Jorginho's gone, and obviously the 3 females that Richard was saying, and then obviously a whole bunch of kids. It's a ruthless sport, football, and unfortunately some people cut it, some people don't, and Ethan and Miles were the ones that cut it, and unfortunately that's how football works, and they've got to move on to get better better moves in their careers, and it's not by any means, as Mark said, over for them in terms of football, and they just got to move on and get on with their careers, and that's just how it is.
Fair enough. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. So here comes a rumour, right? And I know, believe what you want to believe with this one, guys, and I'm sure the lads will clear it up. Okay, Zubimendi, the rumour that's going around today that Real Madrid are going to hijack him because the guy that's just taken over is his role model. You know what I mean?
Xabi Alonso.
Thank you very much. Is his role model, and he looks up to him and all this sort of stuff. Influencers are losing their heads, going crazy, going a bit mental, but it's a transfer window. There's another one where a certain influencer said that Zubimendi and Sesko, if we brought Sesko in, it's underwhelming. So take from it what you want, but I think the lads here are going to clear it up. Richard, I'm going to start with you on both cases, mate. Give us a breakdown of what you think.
Yeah, well, I saw these as soon as and I went straight to the original source. The original source was a social media site called Defensa Central. It's a Real Madrid fan site or social media site. They're not very accurate, and being social Madrid driven, it's bound to push that narrative to sort of put anxiety into what is known on the Zubimendi deal is that everything's agreed apart from the medical being done. We're paying the release clause out, but on our conditions, and part of those conditions is that we want to Real Sociedad want us to pay in July, so it goes on PSR. All the big people out in Spain believe this deal is done and that he's going to Arsenal. Until it actually happens, there is a chance that he won't. And of course, he's got a history with Liverpool and a couple other clubs of changing his minute at last moment. So that will put people at risk. But as of this minute, there is nothing concrete from any of the big journalists, any of the big social media sites that he has changed his mind. So just relax and wait and see it out, because at the end of the day, we'll go and get somebody else if need be. But everything I know about it, it's done. And as for it being an underwhelming window, if we get Zubimendi and Sesko in, you're just being reactionary and doing it for clickbaits. It's not. You've not seen. I saw Zubimendi for Spain against France. You look at that pass he provided for Marino. I've watched 16 to 19 of his games this season. He's not a destroyer. He won't break play up with tackles. He will intercept. He will dictate pace, and he will make play balls left, right, and centre to make us tick better. So, and as for Sesko, he's coming to a team that will create more chances. He's better than Havertz, and he will get goals.
Fair enough, mate. Are you happy with that? Yeah, cool.
Definitely
cool.
done. Yeah.
Mark, it's gone. Mark, you there? He's right. One second.
Hey, sorry, you have some people.
That's cool. That's cool. It's gone very quiet on Gyökeres at the moment, but on the 2 points that I made, what's your thoughts on it, mate?
Sorry, could you just run them past us again? What I was just
so basically, it's the Real Madrid hijack of Zubimendi, and an influencer saying that if we signed Zubimendi and Sesko, it would be underwhelming.
Right, first of all, the hijack is Zubimendi. If you're that naive, good night. And so that's that dead and buried. He's an Arsenal player. End of. And the second thing, no, actually, I'm not going to leave it there. If influencers are coming out and actually saying that Zubimendi to Real Madrid because it's Dido and all the rest of it, can I just say that they're doing it so you click and they're doing it so you follow them and you give them money. Well, you could do super chats for these specific channels, etc. Guys, just didn't do it. So what a shite. Don't it's nonsense. Zubimendi's done. He's coming to Arsenal. It'll be done on the 1st of July. Just ignore it. If I move on to the second point, Des, again,
was if we got Zubimendi and Sesko in, it would be underwhelming.
I would be underwhelming. 100% it'd be underwhelming. If that was the only two signings Arsenal made, I wouldn't be.
But I don't think it's going to be like that, is it?
No, I don't think it is. So for me, again, it's not going to be like that. It would be underwhelming, but I think major things are happening at the football club.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Fair enough.
That's it, mate. So yeah, not much more to add to that.
Max, before I ask you, Anne just come up with an idea. Arsenal men get a striker. If not, use Steiner, Blackstenius. I think Russo would have a better chance, maybe.
Can we just keep Richard out?
No, he's coming back in. He can't help it.
Why do we always have to be nice on this podcast?
Well, because
no, he is doing the giveaway.
He's doing the giveaway, mate. He has to be there tonight, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Max, sorry, mate. What was your thoughts on the 2 points that I made, mate?
Yeah, so on the whole Zubimendi thing, right? I don't really much take notice of it influence, if I'm being honest. I kind of make my own opinions based on the facts that's presented to me. So on that merit, Fabrizio said it's done. I believe it's done. I think all this waffle about Real Madrid is just that waffle. And if influencers are coming out and saying, oh, he's going to say no to us and go to Real Madrid and all this other stuff, and they're doing all this nonsense on whatever fan channel view, whatever that shit that they're on right now, and coming out and spreading it on X and all this other stuff, right? Then I don't know how sad your life is, and honestly, if that's how you feel about it, really, to be honest, on the whole Sesko and Zubimendi being underwhelming thing, I kind of agree with Mark in saying that if those are the only two signings and we basically re-sign everybody else, again, I would say that's very underwhelming. But at the same time, I know it's not going to go that way, because we're going to make other signings and we're going to have outgoings and all the rest of it's going to get done. So yeah, that's what I stand on it.
Okay, cool. So
just one more thing.
You mentioned
Gyökeres. Romano, before we came on air, had said we haven't advanced on that deal. Everything with the Sesko deal and an X account called Purple Panel. They released the shirky to Man City Fest. Have said we have now agreed personal terms with Sesko, and it's down to the clubs now to do the
paperwork, basically.
Get the deal done.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you now, right? I'm going to tell you now from the source. Sesko will be a here we go by next Friday.
I hope so.
And I've been told that it's a lot more advanced than what people think. It's a lot more advanced than what people think. And what's getting broken.
On Sesko for a moment, are you surprised that more people haven't come in for him?
No, we don't know who's came in for him and who's not. At the end of the day, there's only one thing that is absolutely necessary, and Arsenal have handed this player for 3 years almost. So he knows where we start, and this has been known for this period of time. So It's an amazing signing. Sesko is an absolute brilliant signing for Arsenal Football Club. And I'm wanting him over Gyökeres, and I'm not saying that because I know that he's coming. It's like, see the finances between the clubs are already getting spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
It is that close. It's just coming to the final agreement of structure and everything else. It takes time. But I guarantee you by next Friday, everyone will know Sesko is an Arsenal player by next Friday.
Fair enough. Watch this space, guys. You know what I mean?
And
Close.
Yeah, you've also got to think we were in for him last summer. We did the groundwork, and Leipzig said no. He said no because he wanted another year at Leipzig. We went back in the winter because we were in desperate need, and I asked if it was possible. Leipzig said no. We said fair enough. We'll come back. We'll come back in the summer, and that's what we've done. So now it's just about getting those five. And one of the reasons is because he's got a huge amount of potential.
But the thing is, Richard, we broke this down. Gyökeres has always been a smokescreen. Now, when you go into negotiations, I'm not like party to it, obviously, but when you go in, you want Arsenal Football Club will be releasing. We're talking to Gyökeres just to get Leipzig and Sesko's camp thinking, wait a minute, we need to do something here. And it changes narratives in people's brains for the negotiations that goes on. Gyökeres is a smokescreen. He's always been a smokescreen.
Yeah,
the player is Sesko. Exactly.
You don't want, and on the other side of it as well, you don't want to be going all in on one player. You want to, and it just fall apart because you can't agree terms with a club, or somebody else comes in and consumes you like the Mudryk. So you're interested in Gyökeres, but he's not your main one. You're interested in Watkins, and you keep them. You get the player agreement done, and you do the initial bits, so that if all else fails, you've got. It's a bit. I heard a great analogy. It's a bit like you've got outfits for a party, and you like them all, and you try them all on. Just because you end up with outfit 2 doesn't mean that that's necessarily the best one. It's just the one you decided to go with on the night.
No, I get it. I mean, I've always been a Gyökeres. I always wanted Gyökeres at the team. And when we did that show, the versus this Victor versus Sesko, yeah, you two absolutely made me think, well, I'm going to get excited if Gyökeres comes, but I'm also going to get excited if Sesko comes. So you actually, between the player breakdown, which we do on this channel, guys, and if you have a chance, go and have a look at both of these shows and the versus shows, you've actually helped me change my mind in a lot of ways. So I don't mind out of the two who comes. I will get excited for both. I've asked everybody, haven't I? Everybody's answered that bit. Right, cool. So now we're going to move on to me and Mark. We speak to each other most days. Me, Mark, and Richard speak to each other most days. And obviously Max joins us on shows, joins us in the WhatsApp group, and we talk about stuff. But me and Mark had an interesting conversation yesterday. Now, it's a hypothetical, but it could come true. Is that a fair way of saying it, Mark?
Yeah, it's 100%.
So we're saying, hypothetically, 4 players that come in this season, right, is, let's go for it, Zubimendi, Sesko, yeah, Rodrigo, and Mark called this. What date did you call this on Twitter, Mark?
28th of May.
28th of May, right? Mark called this on Twitter, right? It had 50,000 views when.
No, 100. I think it's no, it's 50. It's 50 on that one. Yeah,
50,000 views on Twitter, and a load of different kind of responses. People happy for it. People thinking he was mental. Good evening, Emerson. I hope your charity walk's going well, mate. People thinking he's going mental. He went one step further though. He went and bought the new Arsenal top, home top, and he
evening Russ as well.
And good evening, Russ. And he put Rodrigo number 10 on it. Now, a lot of people would say it could be a bad omen, but it also could be the most craziest, most amazing call ever. Yeah. But anyway, back to the point I'm making. So 4 players coming in this season was Kepa, Zubamendi, Rodrigo, and Sesko, right? And we both asked each other what would be the score if that was the only business we did. What would be the score of that window? Mark, I'm going to start with you because we had the conversation. Break it down for me and why you would give it the score that you would give it, mate.
I will do. Just before I do, if you could just give me 1 minute and then I'll go in. Guys, right now, Richard is away to give away a mystery bag, and this is the names in here. This is the names in here. That is all. All you need to do is drop over to YouTube. I'm going to drop your name in. I'll spin it. I'll click that button, and it's going to pull up someone's name. That's all you have to do. So, guys, please get involved. And I promise your name will be in there. He's posted anywhere in the world. So please do get involved. Going back to it. For me, I want to see. That was only. Sorry, I've got a cold, guys. That's how I'm off camera. If we Arsenal was signed 4 players, right, I would feel a bit underwhelming because we're not bringing quantity into the football club. But with the players that have been mentioned, it actually covers everything that we need. So if we did get Zubamendi is coming into the football club, party re-signs, that's got to be part of it because we need 2 DMs. And then you bring in a Sesko, everything that we need to happen. Absolutely fantastic. Emerson, just wait to take you out of the draw for that comment, by the way.
Mark's already in love with Rodrigo.
I'm totally.
He's got a threesome with him and get Big Gabby.
Oh, sorry, guys, I cannot stop sneezing, man. Just to go back, I do apologise for my sneezing and that, guys. I'm keeping Rodrigo on it. Like Madrid is there all the time. I love the player. But if we pull in Rodrigo and have Rodrigo and Saka on either wing, Saka's not getting 3 men put around him anymore. Rodrigo on the left, man, this guy cooks in small spaces. So for me, it's a 10 out of 10. Everything that we have been lacking over the last couple of years, Rodrigo for me is the answer. And so Sesko, 1,000,000%, so Sesko. And Havertz goes out injured, we're bringing in Mourinho to play up top. You bring in a Sesko there, he might bench Havertz. And the goals are still getting spread around the team. I just think that, honestly, it would be the most amazing window, even with the 4 signings. If I'm being greedy, give me a right centre back as well for cover for Saliba. That would be my greed. But I'm with that, guys, 100%. But Emerson, you're out the drop. You're getting Rodrigo.
He can say what he wants. He can say to what he wants. It doesn't mean he's right. It doesn't mean he's right.
No, positive thoughts bring positive vibes and it'll happen. I'm not having that, Emerson. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
But Angie's saying the same as well. But
yeah, I was about to say that, Mark.
but it just because people are saying we won't doesn't mean we won't. So
no, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. But just guys, get positive behind it. I've done it. If he says for Chelsea, I'll burn the fucking shirt live on top. He's not signing for Chelsea, by the way. We'd never go there.
I think to be honest, just before I go to Max, because I'm going to go Max next, yeah. So get ready, Max. Right? I think Bert has got the power to entice him. If Real Madrid say, no, mate, you're not going to get first team football. Rodrigo wants first team football, and I think Berta could be genuinely. I think Berta could be the man. But anyway, Max, what's your on those 4 players? Yeah, in that as I say, the hypothetical. What score would you give it, and why?
Okay, so if you're talking about Sesko, Zubimendi, Kepa, and Rodrigo, and obviously just based on that, and obviously with Gabriel signing, I'd say it's about a 7. But if you sign all the players and you bring in those players, I'd say it goes up to a high 9 for me. So yeah, 100%. That I would be very happy with that window, because for the various reasons that Mark just mentioned, and and I'd be happy with that for sure.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the short answer. I appreciate it. I thought you were going to be a little bit more in depth, but it's fine. Thank you for that. Right, Richard, it's your turn.
Yeah. So,
Well, I kind of wanted to say it, but Mark's already spoken for me, and he kind of already said everything I wanted to say, so didn't really have much to add, unfortunately.
That's all right. That's cool. Go on, Richard.
Yeah. So the links are genuine. A lot of it's from the player's side, because he wants to be the main star in that Real Madrid side. Even though he might get game time, he's not going to be the main star. He's not the shot. That's Mbappe. That's Vinny. It's others. So, and you've got to think it's 80 to 100 million euros, which is sort of 60 to 80 million pounds. Quite doable. We've just got to wait and see, and make those approaches and see where the dice fall with him. As for if we get those 4 in, what the window is, if we get all the players out what we need to, and we get all those new contracts extensions done, I think that's a 10 out of 10. You can't. We've improved the team. We've strengthened the team. We've cleared the deadwood, and it's down to the coach, Arteta, and the coaching team to go and do something special.
Okay.
Sorry, Des. Also is rich, right? If we bring those players in and get all those contracts signed, right? Arteta's got nowhere to hide. That's the other thing.
Well,
We're
going to talk about that in a minute, Max. I was just going to say to the chat, if you want to get in this draw, guys, right? We've got one subject left, and then it'll be Richard's draw. So get a comment, even if it's just hello or whatever.
Sod off, you midget.
It doesn't matter. Just get a comment in there, and you've got about possibly another 10 minutes. So get your comments in. You've got 10 minutes. Jump over, get a comment in. Don't matter whether it's a bad one or a good one, as long as it's respectful, right? And hit
the sub button.
If you can hit the sub button as well, that'd be absolutely brilliant, because we have hit we've hit 1,000 now, and we just want to keep going further forward, so we can bring you more and more content.
Yeah, and you want to see what I've got planned for 5K.
No, I'm slightly scared now. But anyway, right, this is the final topic tonight, guys, before Richard's draw, okay? And I just want to say to people, this show is about this team, right? I mean, this team of people that do put these shows together. It's not about one person. Like Max pointed out there, it's whoever I choose to go to. If they cover what someone else is going to say, it just happens that way sometimes. We are a team in the North Bank, and we all get along pretty damn well, I thought. Well, I think we do anyway. So it's not all just about one person. It's about all of us, and there's 4 of us on the screen tonight. Max, I am going to come to you first to give you a fair go. Yeah. In the next season, what does Arteta have to do for you for success for Arsenal and to keep his job?
For me, I'm going to keep it very, very simple, Des. I'm going to keep it very, very simple. For me, he has to win one of the big trophies, and he has to win a domestic.
Right. Okay. So, what do you class as the big trophy?
Either a Champions League or a Premier League, and a domestic, either an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup.
So you actually want 2 cups off him this season, one being the Premier League or the Champions League, and a FA Cup or the Carabao. So you're giving him.
Correct.
just to come back at you for a second, I'm not getting at you.
Sure.
You're giving him quite a lot of options, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yeah. And why are you giving him so many? It's just a question, Max. Why are you giving him so many options?
Because if just on the signings real quickly, right? If we make the signings that we were just talking about, he has no excuses with his team to not win one of those two big trophies, one of the two, and then and either one of the two domestics.
Okay.
With the players re-signing and everything else, that's my view.
That's absolutely fine, mate. I just wondered why you were giving him so many, because there wouldn't be as many people. If you was to ask 100 Arsenal fans as a survey, there wouldn't be many that would give him as many options as you have. And don't get me wrong, you're entitled to your opinion, and that's great. But can you see where I'm coming from?
Sure, I know. I can understand where you're coming from, Des. 100%, I can understand where you're coming from. I just think this team, and I think we've been so close for 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And with the players that I just said that we've just spoken about bringing in, and with the contracts being re-signed and everything else, and the likes of Miles Lewis aging another year, Easton aging another year, and obviously Max Darman coming in, and various of other targets, and it may well be that we may sign other players on top of that. Just hypothetically, Mohamed Kudus, for example, and maybe another additional midfielder. There is no excuses for him to not win trophies this season. There is no excuses if he brings those players in and gets everything else done that he's meant to get done, right? And to be honest, if it's either a Premier League or a Champions League, right, and he wins one of the domestics, that for me, I think would pacify most people. I think the reason why most people are getting a little bit antsy and a little bit sort of trigger happy, shall we say, is that he's gone 5 years without a trophy. I think if he wants, even I think for some people, even I would go even farther than say, I think for some people, I think if he wins a domestic trophy, that'd be enough for some people. But for me, that wouldn't be enough. I think he needs to win one of the two big ones, and I think he needs to win one of the two domestics. That's my personal opinion.
Fair enough. Before I move on, I just want to say in the chat, let us know what you think Arteta needs to do to keep his job, basically. That's the only way I can really put the question. So let us know in the chat on YouTube what you think Arteta has to do to save his job, or keep his job. Not save his job, keep his job. Richard, I'm going to come to you next because I want Mark to have the last say on it, all right? So I'm coming to you next, mate.
Yeah, so it has to be a piece of silverware. Now,
can you be more specific?
No, because you can say it's got to be Premier League and Champions League, but if you get to a Champions League final and lose on penalties, there has to be context to that. If you go out in the group stages, and I'm not saying you don't even if he wins 2, you don't have a discussion about his future. You could get second in the Premier League, be equal on points with whoever wins it, but lose out on goal difference. So what are the contexts is behind things? So, and I think that's always something you have to consider in that discussion. But I would like silverware. I'd prefer it to be the Premier League, but as I said, I want to see what happens in the season, because this season we all thought it would be our season. We lost 4 strikers. We've had multiple injuries, and it meant we were never ever close to being in that title race. So hopefully, with better luck, with better signings, better squad depth, we will be close to that Premier League title.
So going on what you just said, my bro, you'd be happy if he just won the Carabao Cup, would you?
It's just a piece of silverware, isn't it? You've got 5, haven't you? So I mean, you've got the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. It'll be next season, the Community Shield. So it's 4. You win one of those 4. It's not easy to win a piece of silverware.
Okay, I get your point. I get your
I
point.
mean, look at Palace. Look at they won their first piece of silverware in their
Newcastle,
history.
for example, 70 years.
Yeah, so it's not easy.
Mark, before I come to you, mate, Emerson says Premiership top 3, FA Cup, and semi-final stage with the Champions League. I'm assuming that's what Emerson would be happy with. Mark, the floor is yours, mate. Say what you got to say.
Yeah, see, for me, I've been patient over a period of time, and I still I think the one thing that all Arsenal fans all over the world, we all agree on one thing: we want to win, and that's it. Then you break it down, and the differences become, and it's Arteta in, Arteta out, and there's many things that happen within that period of the breakdown. For me personally, I don't believe in these owners, and yes, they are backing, but what they're doing is putting the share prices up. They're making money out of Arsenal Football Club, and I believe that I've seen every single step that we've done of dousing Arsenal so much over this period, where you guys are wanting, not you guys on the podcast, but Arsenal fans in general, want silverware and wants the armpits. For me, I think that you're building towards, you'd be happy with a Tottenham scenario. You'd be happy with a Man United. Man United have picked up the domestic cups in recent years, and we're getting compared to Ten Hag, when you could clearly see the pathway that we're going on. I want to answer back, and I put my chest out. I love Mikel Arteta, so I'm going to put my chest out. Casey, give him the fucking tools and the players that we've mentioned tonight on this podcast, and then there's no excuses. I will come on this podcast next season and I will say, hands up, it's there. Max, personally, bro, I think you've been a bit greedy, but you've starved along with me. I don't give a flying fuck about the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. I don't care about them. I'll go to these games because I love Arsenal Football Club. I do not care. Go and win me the Premier League. Go and win me the Champions League. And we're that close. Now, the difference between me and Arsenal fans is, and it's a major difference, you guys want a Ten Hag situation where you've seen an FA Cup above your head and you think it's acceptable. I see the process and I see what we're doing. I want dominance in the Premier League. I'm not looking at a Premier League this season. I'm looking at winning it all, because we're building everything correctly. And Arteta is the guy that's done that. So, better do your job, KSE, back to fucking manager, and guys, get behind this process. It's a rate of ban.
Right, my thoughts on it. Minimum, I want a Premier League because we haven't had one for 20 years. Yeah? So I want a Premier League. I would love, icing on the cake would be the Champions League as well. But the Champions League is really hard to win. Yeah? And if you look at it this season, we were beaten by the winners. Yeah? So that kind of takes the sting out of it for me this season because we were actually beaten by the team that went on to win it. Yeah? So, yeah, Carabao Cup doesn't cut it for me. FA Cup is a great cup, but we've won it so many times, you know. It'd be nice to win the other two. And I'm getting fed up with other people's fans, right? And on other podcasts saying, Arsenal's in phase 5 of the process. No one ever said we were in phase 5 of the process. None of us know how long the process is. Yeah? So other fans can speculate all they like. Mark, I'm going to come back to you in a minute, right? Because I have to, because there is a connection here, right? I was in the chat of a show that Mark was on this week. He's actually been on 2 shows this week, which I want him to talk to you about in a second. But I was on the chat in a show It was Harry's show, wasn't it, Mark? Harry?
Yeah. Harry Scarf,
Harry Scarf, he's a Tottenham fan, and hopefully he's going to be joining us next season when we do a show called Shots Fired with fans from other teams. Okay, and we were asked what do you want from Arsenal next season, and I said I want the quad, and I would love the quad, yeah. And I know that's up there for some people, and I'm being a bit mental, yeah. I would love the quad, but do you want to give a shout out to Harry and to Sophie?
Yeah.
For the shows you were
Yeah.
Sophie,
TV Gunnar, Des, you were on that show, I think the week before or the week
couple of weeks
previous,
before, mate, yeah.
couple of weeks before. Sophie's like a really amazing girl, and we broke down. It was a brilliant podcast, to be fair. And we broke down like she asked my reasons for why I want Sesko, etc., and I gave them, and it went on for a period of time, and it was it got good views. So big up Soph, amazing girl, and then it was on Harry's show. I think it was Wednesday night, and that was funny. That was that was really good. The guys on there were hilarious, and were going back and forth with each other. We had a Brighton fan on, Bournemouth fan on, and obviously a Spurs fan, and then me, and and like I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed it massively. So big up to the guys. There's massive content coming out on this channel. Massive content. The guys are coming up with ideas, and we've not even started going into next season because we still got we're going to be like sitting down with everybody and speaking about it, but there is massive ideas coming out, some absolutely brilliant, and then some from Richard. Sorry, I had to get that out, Richard.
I've got some coming.
Yeah, so there is absolutely brilliant content coming out. So guys, just hit the sub, comment. Honestly, we've got this channel is a way to be like rebust into something really big, and we're really excited on it. And Des, are you going to do the draw next? Is that your next plan?
Yeah, that's the plan, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
Just to give you.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry. Yeah, just to give you a taste. No, you can say your thing, but I want to give the guys a taste of it because I've actually done something that none of you knew I was going to do. So just say your thing, and then I'll give the guys a taste of what's coming.
Okay, I just want to say, big shout out to Sophie on Gooner Gossip TV. Go and give her a look on YouTube, give her a sub. She's also on Twitter, so go and give her a follow. Harry Scarfy, he's a Spurs fan, but we won't hold it against him. Go and give him a look on YouTube and X as well. Give them a sub and a follow. Great shows. I really enjoyed being part of the chat, Mark, on that show. And also, I did say that I would have loved to have been on the show, but, it is what it is. Right, guys, I've been asking you all night to leave a comment in the chat, right? And I don't get it, right? And this is going to sound like I'm moaning at you, and I'm really sorry, right? All you had to do was leave one comment, right? And you've run out of time now, and it wouldn't have cost you a thing. All it would have done is come over to YouTube, leave a comment, and you would have won a piece of Ruth Beck art, which is really worth getting. Richard, before we do the draw, have you got it to hand, the piece of art?
I've got everything. Yeah, just over 5 seconds.
Yeah, go and get it. So all you had to do, guys, was just leave a comment, and it costs you nothing. All you had to do was say hi, guys, or you're talking rubbish, whatever. We want to mind.
You've got something in that bag.
Yeah, Richard, just before you do, let's just have a minute, and then we're going to do the draw. Here's something that just one person off this channel has prepared. Guys, the stream's not ending. We're going to do a live draw, and Richard's way to break this down. It's way to be done absolutely live in front of you guys. But just watch this. It's not a very long clip.
That's really good, Richard. Well done, mate.
Well, it's not me. I've just put the clips together and edited it together with that fan chant and come up with that. So, but
It's cool. It's cool.
I like the look of it. So that's why I
So
did it.
do you want to show people the prize and then we'll get Mark to do the draw? Is that
Yeah.
all right?
So you get a little love heart chocolate coin. You get that badge, which is the AFC Arsenal badge. Whatever's in the bag, I haven't looked at. You get that little postcard print of Highbury, and my favourite is the Angel, the North London Forever song. All the places in that, you get an A4 print.
That's really good. That's really good.
So that will all be coming to wherever in the world. So I'm posting anywhere in the world, and it's coming to you. All I do is get you to email me at captainmorganswargames@gmail.com, and then give me your address through that medium, and I'll get it sent out to you immediately.
Right, we'll get you to reiterate. What's the word? We'll get you to say that again.
Yeah.
We'll get you to say that again when the draw's done, mate. Mark, over to you, mate, for the draw, please.
Right. Okay. Here we go, guys. Good luck. This is the names that are in there. It was a simple request. Some of you have not done it, and so here we go. Richard's actually in this.
Yeah, yes!
Yes!
Hey, brilliant.
And guess what?
Donkey Jr.
Almost me, but out with that, Richard, good luck. It's going to cost you 20 quid in postage.
That's fine. I said anywhere in the world.
Richard,
No, I know you did.
Richard, I can send you Brian's address because he sent it to me. All right.
Okay. Yes. I mean, he could message me in WhatsApp anyway if he wanted to.
Of course
me
he can.
himself,
Yeah.
But if he's happy
Well, if
for
he
you,
messages you, just let me know. So thank you for everybody who did take part. Next time, all of you take part. You've all got a chance. It's random. Yeah.
Yeah. I will be doing another one at 2K.
2K. Richard's going to do another one. All right. Big thank you to everybody in the chat tonight who put a comment. It's much appreciated. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all good. Right, we've come to the end of the show. It's going to be a shorter show tonight. We have done over an hour, so we've done quite well. So thanks for that, guys. You've really contributed tonight. I really appreciate it. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody in the chat and watching on whatever platform you're watching on. Don't forget, on your way out, please give us a like, a share, and a subscribe. I just want to say big thank you to my guests. Max, thank you very much for coming on, mate, and being part of the show. Max falling asleep. Okay. Richard,
Has he done it again? I'm going to have to clip this. I'm going to have to clip it.
Right, clip it right at the end, Mark. Right, Max. Just one more time before I come to you, Richard. Max, have you fell asleep? Yeah, yes. You got to remember, guys, he's in Australia, so it's probably like about 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever, 6 o'clock in the morning for him. Richard, thank you for doing the draw, mate. Thanks for putting that prize up. You do so much for this channel. You deserve a massive pat on the back. Thank you for being here with us all the time and the stuff that you do with me and Mark all the time. And we just enjoy it, don't we, mate?
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
You know, and Emerson just wants to say well done to Brian. So well done, Brian. Thank you, Emerson. Always great to have you in the chat, mate. Sorry you didn't win, but there'll be another time. And of course, Mark, thank you for being on this show, sharing your knowledge, your thoughts, your craziness. It's all good. Thanks for that, mate. Thanks for being on.
No, thanks for hosting, bro. First and foremost, you're an absolute legend, and we really appreciate it, guys. Like to everyone that's subscribed to us, it's only going to get bigger. Richard, you're a legend for giving the stuff away. Seema, Paul, who runs the channel, Aisha, she's just had a new baby. We'll have Daniel, he's on holiday at the moment, couldn't get on. Sean, who's just recently joined the channel. big up to Ange. Again, just recently joined the channel. Then shout outs to the guys in chat. Emerson, every single show that we do, Emerson's in that chat and he's dropping it. So massive shout out to you, Russ as well. Yeah. And yeah, sorry to Richard, on you go.
Yeah, it's just Emerson's doing a walk for the Macmillan Nurses Trust. So if you're on Facebook, you know him, go and support him because it's a fantastic charity. So that's all I wanted to say on that.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. But Des, massive thanks for all your commitment and everything that you do for the channel.
Mate, I love it. I've got to say I love it, but I have to say thank you to everyone that has subbed in the time that we've joined this channel and we've been doing this. To everyone that has subbed before and subbed while we've been doing it, thank you for your support and your ongoing support. And hopefully we'll just get bigger and better. And as Mark says, we've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline. So hopefully that will all come to fruition. And yeah, we just do what we love. But I've got to show you this before I go. I am Des the Enforcer and I enforce the rules. And that was from my mate Richard down the bottom. So thanks for that, Richard. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, mate.
Max, wake up. I definitely heard him snoring. So okay, guys.
Before we go,
yeah, one more thing.
Haven't you got one more thing you want to plug?
Oh yeah. My wife, who's sitting in the background, Sam, she prints t-shirts and stuff, and then she's in the process of at the moment of making a hoodie for Mark and a, what do you call it? Is it a gillet? Like a golly warmer? A body warmer. Sorry about that. That totally came out wrong. A body warmer for Richard with Arsenal designs on. She's got one here for Newcastle. She would do anything for any team. This is a customer that is separate to this, wants a Newcastle one. If you want anything like that done, get in touch with either me, Richard, or Mark. It's just called Sam's Designs. If you want anything done, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, whatever, we'll sort it out for you. But as I say, get in touch with us and we can sort something out for you. And on that note, I'm going to say, enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Thank you for being on the show. Thanks for watching the show. Here's to next week. And hopefully, like Mark said, by Friday, Sesko will be in and Zubamendi will be in. I'd like them in just before pre-season, to be quite honest with you, just so they can build with the team. So let's see what the week brings. Come on, you Gunners.
Come on, you Gunners.